All right, it looks like it's Friday. Hey, everybody, welcome to Fran and Friends. When you see Fran, you know that it's Friday. Usually, you'll see me at 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, but today, we're going to do things a little bit different because it's my show. I can do it.
Right.
And today, I have a very special guest with me, my sister Kayshaun Brooks of Renew You Body Butters. And I would love to welcome her to the platform. But before I do that, I'd like to give her accolades and just give you a little bio about her background. It is extensive. So I'm going to read it because I'm very good at messing up people's bios and I really don't want to do that anymore. So I'm going to read just to keep some structure and format. All right, so Kayshaun Brooks, she is a holistic pain and trauma warrior and the world record holder with a background in nursing and holistic therapy. She found Renew You Body Butters and an award-winning luxury skincare company, plant-based, by the way, plant-based, endorsed by celebrities. Her products focuses on managing severe skin conditions. So if you guys got eczema, psoriasis, acne, hyperpigmentation, I really hope that I pronounced that right
You
because
did.
okay, good. her her skincare can deal with those specific type of skin conditions. Currently, she partners with 70 affiliates, two celebrity brand ambassadors who promote her offerings. Additionally, she teaches established entrepreneurs how to start and scale their own affiliate programs. So not are you only going to get healing in this conversation, you're also going to get some business education in this conversation. While
Yeah.
providing wholesale private label services, she thrives on networking, collaborating, and building meaningful relationships. Whew, sister, that
Yes.
is only a tidbit of all the accolades that you have received. Welcome to the platform.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for taking the time to read that little tidbit, even though it was a lot. But you are right. That is just a tidbit. But thank you for acknowledging what you have. And thank you for bringing me on to your platform. I've been watching your podcast since we've just about met when we hooked up on LinkedIn. So I really enjoy the people who you bring on. So I'm honored to be one of the friends on Fran and Friends.
Thank you, sis. I mean, as you know, the motto of my podcast is about finding healing through self discovery. And hearing from your story when we first met, like that really blew me away. And, as you've been watching me when we first met, I've been watching you and just, oh, okay, she does this too. And oh, she does it. Oh, wow. So I really would love to dive into your story of how you got into Renew You Body Butters.
Okay. So I have very sensitive skin. I suffer with hyperpigmentation, acne, eczema, really bad. And so I'm gonna go back a little bit into so you can understand why Renew You Body Butters is the way it is. So when I was younger, you remember Avon and Mary Kay and things
Yes.
like that. So as a kid, my grandmother and aunts would order their packages, and all the little girls and stuff were happy when they get the packages because we get to put the powders and the creams and stuff on. But for me, it would always burn my skin,
Hmm.
and I didn't understand why. But did I stop doing it? No, I didn't, because I wanted to, feel good, smell good. I wanted to be with the girls, doing all the little girly things. But after, some years of torturing myself, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to stop because it was just getting worse. And now, going to the doctors, using their prescribed medications, or the things on the counter, and it just wasn't helping with my skin. So I'm just going through life without it, and here and there, you know um I'm like trying different holistic you know remedies, different plant-based options, or oil here and herb here or whatever, and just not knowing I'm entering into the holistic field.
Mm.
I didn't know what I was doing. Plus, I was following my mom because she was very much into it, but still, no one really knew the root cause of my skin condition. But I just, when you go to the doctor, they tell you it's just what you live with. So life goes on. Now I'm having children, and they are having the same. But my youngest son had it the most severe. I have never seen
Mm.
it like this. And for those of you didn't catch that, I'm a former nurse, worked in the medical field for 20 years. And so I had never seen something as severe as his. And his started as an infant, of him doing the scratching. And it just, I watched him tear his skin up over the years. And all the doctors could do was give him steroids and sleeping medication. And I'm like, I can't let my baby grow up like this. There has to be a better way. And so I was determined to find something natural. I said, natural has to be the way. And thank God I was still working in the medical field. And I had a lot of colleagues who understood the journey I was getting ready to take. So I spent the next 3 years testing and formulating any and everything, learning about different cultures, learning about different plants, learning about how things grown in different
Mm.
soils have the different benefits. And I had myself, my son, and hundreds of case studies where I'm literally watching the skin, like just an example, I'll get the olive oil, I'm trying olive oil, and I'm like, okay, that's not enough. That lasts about 2.5 seconds. But let me add some olive oil and coconut oil. Okay, that's not working, and just trying different combinations of different things. And through that journey is how I came to the discovery that our skin does not like alcohol, does
Mm.
not like artificial colors and
Mm.
artificial fragrances and preservatives. There's just a large population of people on the planet that can't their skin can't tolerate that. And that's when I was like, saw the greatest results. And so I did this for about 10 years where it was just a hobby, where I'm different people coming to me, oh, I have cancer, I'm in chemo radiation, I have lupus, I'm a diabetic, my skin is going through this. And because I spent so many years in learning about so much. And for those one little thing, little another thing I'm gonna add on, I am a Lean Six Sigma green belt, so I'm very thorough in researching and having data. So it was a passion for me to help these people because I knew they tried other things and there was nothing around. So I did that for about 10 years. And then in 2018, a friend of mine's opened up a store in downtown Oakland, was like, I want your products in there, but you can't just be you got to be a real business. This just can't be a hobby. I'm doing this, professional. And I'm like, do I want to do this? Because, I'm a nurse, so I'm all like, I didn't see this as it being more than what it was, just a hobby, just a passion of helping others on the side. Now I was selling it. I wasn't just giving it away, but I was like, you know what? Something told me to make that jump and that push and
Mm.
get my business license. And I'm so glad I did, because that same year I got severely injured at the prison that I was working at. And 6 months later, that ended my career in the medical field. And I went full throttle into full time into Renew You Body Butters. And I kind of like lost my mind a little bit. This is 2019. And because I was like, all I known was the medical field. And now here I am with just a couple of these products. I never saw where I'm at today. I never even desired to be where I'm at today. When I got my
Mm.
business license, the most I ever wanted to be was just the most poppinest at a farmer's market, because that's as far as I could see at that time, because I'm a nurse. I don't need that no bigger than to be popping at the farmer's market. But and I was in these little like glass jars. It was just plain. I didn't have no colors, no nothing. My labels was the mail-in label. All I was really selling was the body butters and the bath salts. It was just 1 to 2 items, but I had all these other products that I use, my family and close knit people, but selling out there in the world. So in 2019, I met with a mentor online. Everything, I'm so into networking, collaborating, and building relationships because I've been strictly walking by faith and I've had to rely on those skills. But I met a mentor online. And to fast forward, she was like, "So, what kind of company do you want to be?" And it brought me back to my childhood of the Avon and the Mary Kay, how I wanted to feel good. So I was like, I knew my products were high quality. I was sourcing my ingredients ethically. So I knew I just couldn't be the next skincare product line like my competitor. And I was like, I'm going to have a luxury brand. I want people who have sensitive skin to be able to feel sexy, feel beautiful, and know that they're nourishing and healing their skin at the same time. So I was like, okay, Renew You Body Butters is going to be a luxury high-end skincare line focusing on those with sensitive skin.
Oh my God, what an amazing story. So it started with you, but
Mhm.
you really didn't give yourself the attention that you needed for your own skin until
Right.
it got to a point where it was intolerable.
Mhm.
And when your kids came and you saw your son was dealing with this, you're like, no, you went on a 3-year research
Mhm.
to find that formula. So when you found that formula for your son, when did you notice that it started working?
Oh, just through the journey, like say like just year 1, I was seeing progress, but it wasn't enough. And then year 2, I was still, because I'm watching his skin every day. I'm watching my coworkers skin, or their family members. I'm going to see them. I'm watching the
Mm.
skin through the journey of these years. And then that's when, and I'm like, this is top high quality product. Like, why is it not, like, it don't get no better than this? What is the problem? And that's when, just through research, alcohol dries out the skin. The people have sensitivity to artificial fragrances because people was wanting to things to smell good, because I'm going back to my childhood. That Avon stuff smelled good, but then I was using fragrances.
Mm.
But then through the research, fragrances irritate people's skin. So it was like, well, let me remove this and see if my skin and their skin respond better. And then that's when I really got into essential oils, because it was like, okay, it gives the scent, but then it also gives the therapeutic value of healing the
Mm.
skin and having that aromatherapy effect as well. So it was also just part of the journey of that. And then even learning how products, what we see on the shelves, or even when we're sourcing out our products, you really got to be careful where you're getting them from. Because I remember my first time discovering this was with vitamin E oil, because I knew how rich and potent it was. And I went to the store, this is in the beginning, and I'm all like, this vitamin E oil seems very thin. um why is it only $5 for this big old bottle? And I'm
Ooh.
being conscious of, paying attention to the ingredients and stuff.
Yeah.
Girl, I looked on the back of that bottle and saw that it was mixed with all kind of oils that I did not want in there, which it
Mm.
diluted the
Mm.
potency of it.
Mm.
So now I need to find real, raw, authentic vitamin E oil, where that 4-ounce bottle was $5, but a 1-ounce bottle of authentic vitamin E oil was $20.
Mhm,
And I
mhm,
seen a more therapeutic effect of using that one. But yeah, it was I would say year 2 when I was
mm,
like, okay, I'm on to something. This is good. And then spent the next year just making sure it was right. Like, I got a lot more products that's going to be coming out, but I normally like to wait a while, before I have a lot of case studies, a lot of feedback, before and after of watching their skin. The only thing that I regret is not getting a lot of video and pictures during
ah,
that first 10-year run, because
mm,
like a lot of people like, well, where's all this stuff from back then? I'm all like, I didn't know I was going to be who I am today, so I wasn't taking videos and pictures. I just cared about helping the person in that moment.
yeah,
And we both saw with our eyes, the transformation in their skin.
Wow, what an amazing journey to watch and see your product, which started from an issue
Mm-hmm.
to now being something that really changes people's lives in a real way. I'm like me, I'm really sensitive to like certain materials on my skin, and I totally get that.
Mm-hmm.
And like you, I have a cousin that does some also skincare too, but hers is focused on cannabis extracts. And so when I used her product, it really did something to my skin. Like you said, that the regular products that are available in the mass, it just doesn't give that therapeutic effect. And
Yes.
I'm really glad. Like I always call your stuff a healing in a jar or healing in a
Yes.
bottle, because I mean, like you and my cousin, like you guys really have this gift to offer the people in the world something that not is just going to create, enhance their beauty, but heal them in a real tangible way.
Yes. Yes. That's why I call mine's a holistic skincare line, because once I learned how, with the essential oils, and I strategically chose the ones that I used, well, through research and everything. But it wasn't just the skincare products; it was also given aromatherapy
Mm.
effect as well. So you're
All senses, huh?
in all of the senses. When people get their packages, from me, like I say, it's an experience. You open up your package, you're going to get that aromatherapy fragrance coming through. So you're going to smell good and have this overwhelming, good feeling before the products even touch your skin, just because I want you to have an holistic experience with our products.
I saw one of the videos where one of your affiliates, she's like, I just got this package and I can smell all the goodness coming through the package. And I was like, I actually need to put that on my Christmas list because your product is one of them that I really want to try, because I just don't want to put anything on my body.
Right,
I'm really tired of supporting the larger conglomerates when my sister next door is making something
right, right.
and
And
it's
we appreciate it.
natural.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I feel like if we come together and really support each other in that way and be intentional about our purchases,
Hmm.
that we can create more of a buying power in that sense.
Yeah, and we need to do that,
Yeah.
each and every one of us.
Yeah. So sis, so when you got that epiphany, when you found that mentor, you what was on your mind? Like, okay, am I gonna do this? Like, could you take us on that journey? Like,
Um, like I said, the injury happened in
yeah.
2018. So 2019, um, I kind of went through what you said the topic of your podcast is. I was trying to find out, who is Kayshaun?
Hmm.
What am I going to do now? What is this company going to be? And I was just kind of like all over the place. Didn't know what I was going to do, how I was going to do it. But that mentor, so actually we started off as she didn't even start off as really a mentor. She was looking for because I couldn't work. I was in and out of the hospital, in through a lot of treatments, therapy sessions and everything. So plus physically I couldn't work. So I'm trying to find things online to do, and I seen virtual assistant, my first time ever hearing it. And I'm all like, okay, I'm a nurse. I got my bachelor's degree in business management. I'm a Lean Six Sigma Green Belt certified and like 10 other things. I can become a VA. And so when I approached her and we made an agreement, she knew she couldn't afford me.
Mm.
And she was like, and this is how I know it's all God. She was like, but I can help you with anything in business. I can pay you this amount and then I can help you with your business. And so I told her, well, I make body butters and stuff like that. And I need to become a real business now. Cause that was what I did. I asked God, what am I going to do? And he was like, you're going to do what you already been doing. You're just taking it on a larger scale. And I'm like, how am I going to do this? Not knowing he was going to send her into my life. And so, you know, I'm working for her. I'm in her business community, and she's helping me discover who Renew You Body Butters is going to be. You know, and I told her, you know, I want to be a luxury line. And she was like, okay, well, these are the different things you need to look at. So I'm all like, what do I want my look to look? So it took a while. So 2020 was actually the year that I launched my website and everything. So e-commerce was all new to me because I had only done face-to-face. And what was so ironic was right after I launched the company, the website online, not only was I suffering from the injuries from the prison, I ended up becoming chronically ill.
What?
And I had just moved to I'm in California now, but I had in 2019 I left to Vegas. My husband wanted to move there, and so I moved the family over there. So in 2019, that's where I was at. 2020, launched a website. I ended up becoming extremely sick. It was just, the doctors didn't know what was wrong with me. I was just in and out of the hospital, in and out. Long story short, the doctors in Vegas was like, and I'm going to multiple places. They're like, we don't know what's wrong with you. And they were like, you need to go back to California with your primary doctors. And maybe it has something related to do, you know, with the injury from the prison. But they were like, we just really don't know what's wrong with you. And I mean, like, I was wasting away. I had lost like 100 pounds.
Wow.
I was basically dying in front of my family. You know, my body is, I'm just laid out on the floor, you know, wasting away. They just walking over me like I'm a piece of furniture, you know, while I'm laid out. Like, yes, I mean, most of the time, you know, they still going on with life.
Right.
And I'm still trying to push this this business. And I'm all like, God, how you got me trying to provide for my family, medical treatments, and building a company all at the same time? There's no way this can be happening. And so I had to make the decision. So at the same time, it was one day I was laying on the floor, and God was like, you know, you got to do something different. You're going to have to do what these doctors told you to do. You got to go back. And I was afraid to go back
to California,
to come back to California, because my husband didn't want to come back. Someone I've been with since I was 17 years old.
Oh.
I went from my daddy's house to living with him. So I had never lived on my own before, and I'm 45. So I think at this time I was 41. So I was hesitant because I'm all like, damn, you know, like, I know he really not finna just bring me back out here and just leave me by myself, because I couldn't do nothing on my own besides make product here and there, you know. But long story short, he dropped me and my kids off, my two youngest kids. So it was three of them here. My middle son stayed out there with him because he thought it was just going to be a short-term thing. And it hasn't been, you know, it's been 4 years. But God told me, he was like, if you stay here, you're going to die. If I stayed in, he was like, if you don't go and find out what's wrong with you, you're going to die. And I'm just like, I had to choose me. And it was a very emotional, scary moment. But and I'm building a company at the same time, you know, trying to figure out who I want to be. Do I want to be this luxury brand and everything? And so when I came back, found someone, God just brought someone to me to help me with my website, you know, who was into the holistic world as well. So to have someone to help me think and have those think tank sessions and everything, it was just, he was just sending the different pieces. All I had to do was just walk in faith. And it was it was a crazy moment because when I launched and now it's COVID, and the doctors out here couldn't even really figure out what was wrong. It took some time, but long story short, they ended up finding out that I had some tumors
Wow.
in my body, and they were hoping once they removed the tumors that I would be back to normal. But because of COVID, and everybody, so many people are dying, it was delaying my surgery. So now I'm going into like year 2 of being bedridden because I really can't do anything. So my kids, they were homeschooled and had to stay homeschooled even after everything lifted because
Mhm.
I needed 24-hour care. I couldn't do anything on my own besides, them helping me get up, sit in a chair, make product. One of my other kids would go ship off everything. But
You had your little warehouse already.
yes, yes. But this is when my affiliate program started. I never
Mm,
knew what an affiliate program was
mm.
until two ladies approached me and was like, "Hey," two different ladies. They didn't know each other, but a week apart, they were like, "Can we be your affiliate? Um, we like your products, your story, and we want to represent you." And I went to that same mentor and I was like, what's wrong with these crazy people? Why I didn't have 2 people in a week asking me to be my affiliate? And what the hell is an affiliate? And she was like, yes. She's like, Kayshaun, hold on real quick. My battery charger is
No,
not.
that's totally fine.
Let me grab it real quick.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, Zakia. Hey, Cassandra.
Hey
Welcome to the
y'all.
show, ladies.
But she was like, Kayshaun, you can be the holistic Mary Kay, the holistic Avon. And I was like, oh, okay, I like this idea. And so I went back to them ladies and was like, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing, but I like the idea. I'm willing to learn. I never turn down challenges that make sense to me.
Mm,
So if you want to ride with me as I learn and develop this, let's go. Plus the lady, but I told them I'm pushing y'all to the front because I'm bedridden. I can't do anything. I can't be the face of my company.
mhm.
And I was wondering, like, God, how am I going to build this company if I can't do lives? I can't do this. I can't go nowhere. Can't do nothing. And it's like, here he goes, sending me the answer with this affiliate program.
Wow.
Within 8 months, no, not even 8 months. I started in March of 2020. By August of 2020, I had close to 20 affiliates and my first celebrity brand ambassador.
What?
Yes. And I'm just like,
Is
I
this
can't.
in alignment?
If it while I'm going through everything that I'm going through. And so I ended up having surgery during this time. And luckily, this is why I'm an advocate. This is where the holistic pain and trauma came from
Mhm,
during this journey. I had to find out who I am because I had already suffered with different health issues like having fibroids and things like that. But I was
mhm.
able to naturally shrink my fibroids, but it was always something else in behind that. I'm all like, this is not just it. But I'm just, I'm the holistic pain and trauma warrior because I've been through so much. Another reason why my surgery was delayed is why I even had a doctor deny me surgery to remove those tumors that they thought was cancerous because I wouldn't let him remove my uterus, even though my tubes are tied
What?
and I'm not having any more kids. I'm like, there's no medical reason to remove my uterus. And he's all pressing on me and everything. This is when I'm thinking I'm finding the first doctor back out here in California. He was like, you're having all this pain. It doesn't make any sense for you to keep it. So normally when I go to the doctor, I don't tell them my medical background because I want them to treat me like a regular human being. And when they start acting stupid, I'm like, you know what? Let me tell you who I am and what I done and what my experience is.
Mhm,
Then they act
mhm.
like they have sense. But this doctor, he didn't give a damn who I was and what I have done. He was like, if you don't let me remove your uterus, I'm not removing these tumors. So I had to walk up out the door and go find another doctor. And while I'm doing so, I end up finding another doctor and everything. And this is when, during the pandemic, the surgery kept getting pushed back, pushed back, pushed back. And he was just like, he was amazed because now I'm deep into holisticness, because I'm all like, these people trying to kill me, they not helping me. So now, like how I was in the research of the skincare, now I'm in the research of dealing with this pain holistically, dealing with this issue that we have not found the source of this. So I'm just, God just leading me here, leading me to different people. I'm trying things. And the doctor, because he was checking on me every month, he was just like, why don't you look like in your face you're getting worse? He was like, there's this glow on you. I said, because it's not like I'm just sitting here laying in the bed, not trying to do things naturally and holistically. I would be dead, if because I wasn't even able to get medication. Girl, the doctor I had was in the middle of a lawsuit. So they was watching all the pain meds he was prescribing. So the only time I could get pain meds is if the ambulance came to pick me up and I'm in the hospital, because I'm having these episodes where it felt like all of my organs were ripping apart.
Oh my God.
But anyway, this doctor, I love him because he was like, okay, I'm gonna remove the tumors, but what I'm going to do, because I believe you, there's something else wrong with you. He was like, I'm going to do exploratory surgery when we have you open. Long story short, he removed the tumors, and he was like, you were right to walk away from that doctor. He was like, you have stage 4 endometriosis, and you have a rare form of it. He said that adhesions are connected to your organs. This is the source of the pain that you've been feeling for the past several years. He was like, you can't.
Those that are watching, sis, can you let them know what that is?
Oh, for those who don't know what endometriosis is, it's when the endometrial lining grows from out of your uterus. So it's like adhesion, scar tissue, and it's connected to like my diaphragm, which makes it hard, makes it painful to talk. It's connected to my bladder, connected to my intestines. It's connected to a majority of my organs. And so it's now, because it's been there for so long, it has created its own blood supply to it.
Wow.
And so he was like, if he would have did that hysterectomy, not knowing all of that was happening, you would have woke up a mad woman if you would have woke up, because it's a high risk surgery. Because now, if I was to go along with this surgery, they would have to have all those specialists there to all of those organs to be prepared to what's going to happen whenever they remove it. So they removed the tumors. Of course, they couldn't do nothing about that because they didn't know that they were going to find that. And you only can do surgery for what you previously got approval for. But he was just like, how did you go undiagnosed? He was like, as bad as this is, why is this just now me finding this? And I'm all like, I've been saying something for years, but people thought it was the fibroids. People thought I was crazy. And but as my research that I've learned through this, they I'll get to that just one second, Cassandra. They endometriosis takes normally 7 to 10 years to get a diagnosis because it's so hard. But Cassandra, an affiliate is someone.
She was just joking about your things. That's when you said that earlier.
Oh, okay. What exactly? Okay. Oh, so I don't need to explain it.
Nah.
Okay, but it was just crazy. It was a crazy moment, but so my life is forever changed. There's still one more diagnosis I'm waiting on to get related to the injury from the prison. I have yet to get it yet, but
even now,
yeah, even now, there's more. There's more.
Girl, no wonder why you are the trauma warrior.
Yes, but but like I said, I had to find out who the real Kayshaun Brooks is, through this whole journey. I had to find a new identity. Like I said, I had never been on my own. And, while I'm trying to build this company, find out who I am, take care of my health holistically, it was like, who am I? What am I doing? And I remember this is where the networking came in from. I was like, okay, God, I'm in this bed. You done made me get this website, launch this business. How the heck am I going to grow it? And he was like, you're going to do the same thing you did as a child. So both my parents were drug addicts.
Mm,
And I grew up in that environment where my home was the dope house.
mm, mm.
So in order for me to eat, you know, um, have clothing, whatever the necessities that I needed to network. People needed to
Mhm.
know, like, and trust me. And so people, neighbors and things like that would buy me things, feed me. I would
Yeah.
go to their house with my friends and stay and stuff like that. And he was like, this is what you're going to do with your business. But now at this time, it's just online. And I'm like, I gotta go out here. I don't know nothing about social media, no nothing. But that is how I've built my company, through networking, collaborating, and building relationships. I would meet people in different, like, Facebook groups,
Mm.
networking things online. And God just brought the right people to me. So this year, you guys, is the first year that I'm really coming out physically,
Wow.
just doing things. And I
Wow.
still have to this day, strategically be smart about it, because my body can shut down at any time. So the
Mm.
adhesions, back to the endometriosis, because it's attached to my organs, they like twist and turn. So at any moment, my organs can be ripped apart. So I'm in pain all day, every day, and it can be the wrong lift, push, bend, pull. And I'm, screaming and hollering, like I'm kind of like under the weather a little bit. I can sneeze and something can pull. And now I'm on my way to the hospital to make sure I don't need to have emergency surgery.
Wow.
But as I'm learning about this, I see why God has me going through this. There's not enough people making enough noise, being an advocate for those
Mm.
suffering through with this, because it's not, you can't get disability for it or nothing. There's not a lot of research on it. So it's still a lot to learn, about this. So this is part of walking in my purpose. This is who I am. There's nothing that I can do about it besides help others, not only with their skin, but help them manage their pain holistically.
What an amazing story, sis. I really don't think there's a lot of people that can say that they can and have done that type of pursuit, because you had a lot of heavy hitting stuff going on, a lot of heavy hitting stuff. Um, I remember watching you on the NASDAQ Entrepreneurial Circle, being interviewed by Michelle, and I thought this lady went from 20, was it 2020 that you started?
hmm Well, 2020 was my website.
Okay, 2020 to here we are now, about to hit 2025. You're in 70 affiliates. I saw that you mentioned something about this book called Blue Ocean Strategy.
hmm
When you said that, I was like, okay, I'm looking at the growth of this lady from house to where she is at now. I'm like, this is such a dynamic lady. I whatever she's talking about, I need to write this thing down and figure out what that is, because she's doing something. There's something that she is doing that is causing her influence to become what it is. How did you get that how did you get your hands on that book? Like, what, I know you mentioned that you network with a lot of people. Can you tell me about that journey of how the book got into your hands and how you applied that to your own business?
Yes, I'm in a book club and with a mentor. I have
Mm.
several mentors. I've always had several mentors. That's just the way I've always been, just different things in my life, or just I notice their strengths and how they can strengthen me. And so that was just how it was professionally. So even business wise, I have several mentors, and one of them, I'm in their book club, and she turned me on to this book, and you can read that book over and over and over and still find nuggets and jewels and pieces. But basically, are you enjoying the book?
Oh my God, yes.
Yes. So for those who are wondering, because I know someone in our group chat was all like, what's blue ocean? And so, it's basically, it's what's your wow factor? How are you going to shock the world in what you're doing? Because there's a lot of us, nothing new is under the sun. So my skincare product line, it's all plant-based and organic. There's a bunch of other people out there, hundreds of thousands of them, who are whipping up butters and oils and sugars and stuff, and they have their own product line. But what's going to make, but so we're all in this red ocean, we're all the same, but you need some blue ocean. How are you going to stand out in there? So with me, because it's like, okay, how am I going to be identify myself different? What's going to make customers draw to me? So me having an affiliate program with my skincare company is helping me step into that blue ocean, and an active one, and one that I'm putting them out there in the forefront. Like if you go to Amazon and other little businesses, like that's not, affiliate programs is not new. Big companies have them. And for those who don't know, an affiliate is someone who refers your products and services, and they get something in exchange, whether if it's free product, free service, or even money. People make millions of dollars out here being affiliates. But people in my world, no one out here popping like how I'm popping with my affiliates. But it was part of my journey. I didn't know, it was going to be what it is. Like when I was bedridden, I was pushing them. They was the face. They created the content. I was putting them in magazines. I was putting them on billboards. They were doing the interviews because I physically couldn't. Most business owners are not going to do that. They want to put their face. That's the red ocean. Me, I was doing blue ocean, not knowing it. My affiliates is the face of my company. So that's helping me stand out. I have a medical background in nursing. You don't see a lot of nurses out here that have their own skincare line. And most people just wake up out the bed, or they have sensitive skin. There's a lot of people who have sensitive skin as well, and they go down this same journey. But it's a lot of them. They in the red ocean. It's a third of the population who has sensitive skin. So of course, it's easy for them. Oh, I got sensitive skin too. But how many can say I got sensitive skin as well? And I was a nurse, and I worked in the medical field for 20 years, so
And I got a product line.
right. So it's like, and then now here I am. Not only am I the owner of Renew You Body Butters, now I'm self-identifying, putting myself out there. I'm building my personal brand, which is the Holistic Pain and Trauma Warrior. I'm taking my pain and turn it into my purpose, because if I had not been through what I'm going through, I would not be able to help the people who I'm going to and have been helping. I remember one of my mentors was like, it was maybe a year after the surgery, and now that I know what I'm dealing with, when I found out about the endometriosis and just the other injuries from the prison injury, I've been holistically helping my body manage along. So my mentor was like, Kayshaun, you're getting better now. Because I'm not as bedridden. And she was like, you got to start telling your story. You got to start talking. You got to come from behind the scenes. I know you loving the affiliates up front, but now it's your time. And I'm like, no, I don't want to. I'm all like, it's ugly behind here. I'm all like, you want me? I got to talk about my, like, no, don't nobody. I think it was you, but it was someone that talked about in one of their posts how entrepreneurship, people want to just show the glitz and the glam, all the goodness in front, but no one wants to talk about the real, raw, rugged behind the scenes. And I'm all like, it's ugly behind here, and you want people to know, like, and trust and watch this. But I'm glad I listened to her, because that's when the Holistic Pain and Trauma was born. I started telling my story, sharing my journey, and now so many more people have connected to me because they're like, oh my God, I have this nerve pain. I have this muscle pain. I thought I was the only one out here. And for years, I've been helping people manage
Mm.
their chronic pain. And so now I've been talking about it a little bit, but I'm literally like less than 120 days from this, but I am in the middle of a rebrand.
I was gonna say, sis, like this is such a dynamic story. I think I heard you in one of your posts or maybe a conversation that we had that you may have a book coming out. Do you? Because I mean, this is definitely book worthy. I feel like it's almost a movie.
You know what? See, you trying to don't be spilling the beans on everything. So yes, I have a book coming out that where I'm basically an advocate for those suffering with pain. And so it's more focused on helping basically those wake up who are suffering with their pain, because we let others get into our mind and ignore what our body is going through, especially when it's pain that's internal and not external. You know, one of the reasons it took so long for doctors to diagnose me is because I had people in my ear,
Mm.
you know, especially, I don't like to call them out, but I got to call them out. The, the religious community, the church community, they tell
I
you,
call them out for you.
they want to it's good to the scripture, by your stripes you are healed, just believe in God and pray and all this and that. And it's like, yes, people have been healed that way. I have too on other certain instances, but those people who were in my ear, they were making me ignore what
Mm.
I was feeling,
Mm.
instead of me trying to get to the root of what I was feeling. Oh, just
Mm.
go take a bath, go meditate, go pray. And it's like, I'm dying inside. Yes, I'm doing that, but I was never getting to
Mm.
the root of it. So my book is basically helping educate people and teaching them to advocate for themselves, to stand up
Yeah.
for themselves, to respect their body, and let them know that you're the one feeling this. And it's
Mm.
time for us to stop letting them bully us. Even doctors, like how that doctor tried to bully me into a hysterectomy because I'm no longer having kids because my tubes are tied, but I still like my hormones to be intact.
Mm.
I believe, let's not remove no organs that don't need to be removed for a medical reason. Now, if he had said, "Oh, okay," which he didn't know, because you don't know unless you've been opened up to see. If he'd been like, hey, you have endometriosis and a blah blah this and a blah blah that, come with some medical something background, some evidence to justify why you think that should happen. But that's what the book is about, helping those advocate and stand up for themselves. But my rebrand, I'm basically combining Renew You Body Butters and the Holistic Pain and Trauma Warrior together, because so my mom, I'm gonna tell you this little story here. My mom recently passed,
Oh.
and she eventually had I always got to put this light on her. Yes, she was a drug addict for almost 40 years,
Mm.
but she did in the end get clean and sober. And she was one of those people that was with me when I felt like I was dying through the treatment that I was going through. Before my husband dropped me and the kids off, I had started another therapy, and I had left my kids in Vegas with him, and I was out here with my oldest son because he was playing college football. But I didn't want my kids to watch me going through the treatment that I knew was very painful.
Mm.
And I would be in my house hollering and screaming to death because I was in so much pain. And my mom would always, because I wouldn't tell anyone. I felt like I had to be strong,
Mm.
and go through this by myself since no one was here. The family is separated. And she would always call right on time
Mm.
while I'm in the middle of hollering and screaming, would just talk to me to calm me down, and was there for me. I hadn't had that mother in so many years. But anyway, my mom also suffered with HIV.
Mm.
She had cancer, a lot
Wow.
of health issues. And she would never use my products. I would always have to customize her something.
Mm.
And I've had this history of customizing, products for almost over a decade, as I was doing this journey. And she asked me maybe like a year or so before she passed, "Where'd you get this from? You don't learn this from nursing school." And I'm like, "I don't know. It's just in me." So when she passed and I was writing her obituary, my aunt was like, "Don't forget to include in the obituary that your mom was the person that everyone in the community came to when they had health issues, and she
Mm.
could diagnose them and tell them exactly what the doctor would do and what medication and everything." I mean, she was so dope.
What?
Still not at her level. And I was like, "Oh my gosh," she was
Was your
not.
mom also a trained
She worked in the
medic?
medical field. Yes, yes.
Wow.
And this is before the drugs took over her. But I remembered that, and I was like, she's sitting up here asking me where I got it from, and it was like, "Woman, I got it from you." And so but she would but she helped form me into this, because like I said,
Mm.
she never would use my products, and I didn't know until so because I would always send her gift sets and everything, but she would always, "Kayshaun, this is what I'm dealing with. This is the diagnosis that the doctor has given me. I need something for this, I need something for that." So she just kept me on my game all of these years creating products, and I would do that for other people too. And it
Mm.
wasn't until I got to her house and was cleaning out her house and I seen all my product there.
Mm.
Never touched it, but everything I ever formulated, all of that stuff was empty. And so now I was like, I can't believe this woman didn't use my stuff and only use the stuff that I formulated. So long story short, I'm more than just a skincare brand. And now I'm going from a holistic skincare to a holistic health and wellness, emphasizing on helping those manage their chronic pain holistically. So I'm really walking into my purpose. I'm really taking my pain and turn it into my purpose. I'm taking these lemons that was given to me and making some juicy, sweet lemonade up over here.
Y'all better get some.
It's
Get
it's
some for Christmas. Get some for your birthday. Get some for your anniversary. I mean, God, this is such a beautiful story, sis.
Yeah. And another book is going to
Wow.
come talking about my whole journey. Another
Wow.
book is going to come, but it's going to be written with my mother,
Wow.
with her writing. So my mom, she suffered with mental health issues as well, dual diagnosed. So
Well,
just
I
imagine.
cannot wait. I cannot
But
wait to see it and read it.
and people been asking because they want to know what happened through my journey. I
Yeah.
never talked about it, and they like, "What happened?" And I'm like, people, doctors, lawyers, politicians, everyone, when they hear a little bit of my story, they was like, "Where's the book? Where's the book?" And
Yeah.
they've been begging for this book for like the last 25 years, but I've been ashamed to write about it because
Mm.
I'm like, "God, you really about to have me expose myself like this?" He was like, "It's not exposing, you're testifying to help somebody else who was going through this." But I was still ashamed. So I was going to partially turn it fictional
Yeah.
because I'm all like, I felt ashamed for the things that I had to do to survive as a child, as just the things that I've done as an adult, preteen, whatever. And I'm like, I don't want people to look at me like, "What? You did that
Mm.
as you were growing up to survive in the environment that you were in."
Yeah.
And so I was going to make it fictional, so when they read something off the hook, they wouldn't know if that was true or not. But so my mom was a writer.
Mm.
It didn't matter. So long story short, when I was cleaning out her house, I told God, "Send me all of her writings."
Mm.
And I found them. I have years of her writing about what she was going through. So
Wow.
now that I have her writing and get to see things from behind her eyes and the journey that she was on and the crazy shit that happened with her, I'm like, okay, now I'm okay to talk about what I went through, because what she went through, what she did, don't compare to what I've done. So I don't know what it's gonna be. with the title or nothing, but I'm sometime in the future, I want someone to get with me to take her writings, take my story. We are going to merge it together, and then I know someone's going to pick it up and want to turn it into
Uh,
a movie.
well, sis, Peachy is a copywriter and a writer, so you probably need to get with her. She's been in the
Oh
book.
wow,
Yeah,
I
so
didn't know that.
yeah, no, sister, no, we have our Nasdaq sisters. We all got the connect, and so
Yes,
one thing I really wanted to highlight is I appreciate that you advocated for yourself, even with these so-called professionals, because um, I know that we all have been in situations where, because of the pressure and because of their accolades of them being so-called professionals, that okay, we feel like maybe their wisdom is a bit higher than ours. But someone
hmm,
in the chat talked about not understanding, but understanding. We all have been given our own wisdom. And if we don't give ourselves a voice in the space when it comes to dealing with, taking ownership of dealing with our own health, that will be given to somebody. That power will
yes,
shift over to that doctor or to whoever that practitioner is. When we have our own wisdom that has been God given to us through our intuition, to listen to what that is for us.
yes,
And I'm so glad that you took that journey, because that gives other people the courage to say no to the things that don't serve them and to say yes to themselves and to really listen. Okay, well, yeah, I do have this community of, people that are trying to help me, but what is my body telling me? What am I feeling that is true for my journey? Because everybody's journey and the approach to their journey is very, very different.
it
And so,
is.
girl, this should be a whole Tyler Perry series. And Tyler Perry, if you watching this,
Look,
hook a sister up with the play.
let's talk, Tyler.
Okay. I'm here listening to this amazing. It's Peachy. I didn't know that
Okay.
was LinkedIn user. Okay. Well, thank you for being here, Peachy.
Yes.
Sister she needs some help with her book. So look, sis, usually at the end of the series, I ask questions, but I think you left us with such a full cup today that we don't need to ask any more questions. But I will ask for you to tell the people, maybe leave them with the nugget. Shit, you already left them with dozens of nugget. One thing you want to leave with them, and then also let them know where they can find you and what new things that you got coming up next besides your book and your Tyler Perry play.
Yeah. You know what? I want to leave with you guys. Don't be afraid to network, collaborate, and build relationships. And that's personally and professionally. Fran and I, we met on a professional level, and now our relationship is growing, professionally and personally as well. So don't be afraid to do it. Don't grow your business by yourself, because you don't have to. There are people out here waiting to connect with you. Your tribe is waiting for you. And you can find me on all social media platforms, Kayshaun Brooks or Renew You Body Butters. That is exactly, no shortcuts in the word. Renew You Body Butters. And the website, if you would like to check out some of our holistic skincare products, it's www.renewyoubodybutteer.com. We have products for men, women, and children. And
Mm.
even though I specialize in helping those with sensitive skin, if you can have normal skin and you just want to use non-toxic, chemical-free products, they are very good for
Back that up again. You said
well, chemical-free.
non-toxic chemical free products.
Yes. And so, but yes, stay tuned with your girl, follow your girl, because I got some things coming up, as far as, like my rebrand is going to be dropping early next year, sometime between, February or March. But and hit me up. I'm always looking for other ways to collaborate. If you're interested in collaborating with me, let's have a coffee chat, see what we can do. It can be virtual or online. And I want to thank you, Fran, for having me here. Thank you for giving me your platform, giving me the opportunity to share my story, my testimony, for someone to watch this and be inspired in all the different ways that I spoke on.
Oh, sis, it was my pleasure. I think I benefited the most. If you guys are watching and you benefited, cool. But I think I benefited. I am unashamed of receiving information that is going to bless me. So I'm okay with that. And for those that are watching, give yourself a gift by purchasing this healing in a jar. She already mentioned the various skin types or skin conditions that it is already healed. She has research behind this. You already know her medical background. Gift yourself or somebody with a Renew body butter jar or gift set, because I'm gonna get mine.
Yes, get it, y'all. Renew your skin, renew your life with Renew You Body Butters.
Yes, thank you, sis. I appreciate you being on the show, and we don't know who this is going to affect. So, so glad you were here to share your
Yeah.
time and space with us.
Thank you so much. Y'all gonna see me again. This ain't gonna be the last time I come on. We're gonna have to talk again.
Well, she said it already. It's in stone. Boop.
Yes.
Well, you guys, thank you so much for joining us on Fran and Friends podcast. As you know, the show's purpose is finding healing through self-discovery. And if you didn't find any value in here, I don't know if you were actually listening to the show. Go on Spotify or go on YouTube, subscribe, and replay this thing because there's so many nuggets that she dropped. And if you need a word of encouragement, this will be one of the shows that you want to tap into. All right, y'all. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.